Hello, fellows, it's me, Elliot, the exchange student. I had two presentations. I ate Arabic food. I went out to a theater. I studied more music theory and I wrote stuff for my story. So let's get into it. Song of the day today is How the Shadow is Clear by, and I'm going to struggle with this name, Oidopua Vladimir Oyun. um, yeah, sorry, it's a difficult name. It's currently a bit of a meme song. It's popular around Instagram or TikTok. It's the one with throat singing, like uh, 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 and so on. Um, yeah, it's a very beautiful and interesting song. A lot of his songs have similar instruments. They have similar chord progressions, but they all sound very pretty. I enjoy them. They're a bit of a meme at the moment, which is sad, but at least they're becoming it's becoming popular, more widespread. Um, yeah, he's a Russian dude, but I think grew up in a part near Mongolia. He's been in jail and all that stuff. So yeah, stories of my day. Let's get into that. So I woke up at 6 in the morning, like the regular school day that it was. Um, First two blocks, I had a normal presentation over New Zealand. Because I'm an exchange student here in Germany. Um, Sometimes I talk about New Zealand for other classes, and um, I went to talk to this class the other day, last week, Thursday, and the teacher was sick. I couldn't make my presentation, and I kind of just sat in the classroom for a while before being sent back to my normal homeroom. Um, and so I came back this week. I said hello to the kids that I met last time, and the teacher, Frau Brackemeyer, was there. And so, I said hello. I was like, okay, let's finally do this. And I had a really great presentation. It started off terrible. It was a bad audience, but it, always with the help of a good teacher, you can really bring out the audience and make sure people understand. I was speaking with English, and it's sometimes hard to tell the level of English in a classroom. And the English was worse than I thought it was. So I spoke confidently, but then eventually we slowed down and we started asking questions so that people were actually catching up. And that was good. And I did get to the end. I did make enough jokes to make them, laugh and have a good time. People asked me a lot of questions, and I told the teacher how grateful I was that she pitched in. Um, and then straight away, the block after, I was supposed to have a presentation about New Zealand history for history class in Germany. It was weird because I thought I was going to have to do it in German or like Denglish, a mixture of German and English, because it's not English class, it's history class. And so we get there, and the teacher says, I have to do a few things first, but do you have your presentation? You made something? And I said, yeah. And so she spent almost the whole block, showing plans and homework, giving out test scores, and then said, okay, do you want to do it now? With 15 minutes left. And I made like 17 slides, a presentation that could last up to an hour. And so I kind of told her, hey, that's not really possible. But she told me, hey, you should just start it, even though you won't finish it, and then I'll set up another block for you so you can continue. And for the first time, my class actually heard me speaking in English, my first language. They didn't know that I could be, I guess, confident, not slip over my words so much, because I can be a really outgoing person. I'm really a mixture between an introvert and an extrovert. It depends on the situation. in cars in school, I can just sit down and stare at nothing for hours. But when I get to stand up and talk, I'm really, really social. And people that I want to talk to, I like just looked into their eyes. I always pick somebody and just like look, talk to them. It always makes it easier to talk, but they look at me back, and it's like communicating without words. I don't know. That probably sounds weird, but it's nice. I am more confident. I'm more social, and I actually just looking at people and directing my speech towards them helps me speak more confidently, and they often come up to me and talk to me, which is always positive. Yeah, and the people really liked the speech, but I only got 3 slides through, um, and I get to continue it on Monday. I'm looking forward to that. I think maybe it's better that it was split because people will keep thinking about it or looking forward to it. Oh, I've been talking for a while. Um, yeah, Arabic food, theater, story. Um, I got home on the bus after listening to some music on my headphones, um, and I wrote a list of some things I wanted to do. So I uploaded a reel, a TikTok of me eating that large piece of ginger. Um, yeah, it really did hurt. It hurts. It's spicy in the mouth and down when I piss. So I think I'm going to take a break for a while. I didn't today. I didn't eat any, but I'll get back to it eventually because it's funny. Um, then I checked my list again and I worked on my wonderful giant story. I wrote stuff for its history. I'm trying to get the timeline down, the language trees. I'm getting into the history behind the music theory now, which is, oh, that's crazy. Um, most people, when they think about making a show, they don't even think about making music any different if they're making a fictional universe. And now I'm making the line of history to develop the current tonal system. So I've kind of got the idea that they would have loved fifths because fifths are so pure and beautiful, and they pretty much also developed Pythagoras' theorem, which is where you just stack perfect fifths, which is like the most harmonious interval in music theory apart from the octave, so the exact same note, but an octave higher. Um, and then, eventually they'll want to get an EDO, they'll want equal temperament so that they can, all of the notes are equally distant so that they can switch to different scales. Um, Keep it consistent, less changing instruments and whatnot. And so to do that, they'd need to pick an EDO with a good, perfect fifth, a close, perfect fifth approximation. And 12 is good for that, obviously, but these guys picked 29 because 29 was an important number at the time, especially because they had a lunar calendar, and the moon is, in Earth, I guess it's 29.5 days, but for them it's closer to exactly 29. And so they go 29 days in a month, which makes our lunar calendar, which is a great number. And we've made a number system based around 29. And we're going to make our music based around it too, because it's got great fifths. And we can just put our Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras tuning in that system. Ooh, that's great. But only for like one region of the entire world that I'm building, because obviously there are different musical systems in Earth, so there are going to be different musical systems and varieties all over my wonderful world that I'm building. Wow, so fun. Anyway, after all that stuff, I just sat on my phone and I scrolled until we went out. We had dinner at a wonderful Arabic place, a wonderful Yemen place. Uh, I had an okra lamb stew with naan bread. Um, I'm not a big fan of okra. I've never tried it before. I didn't know what I was ordering, kind of, because, well, it was in German and Arabic, and I don't understand either of the languages fully. I mean, my German was good enough that I could understand um, the ingredients in the okra stew, but I didn't know okra. Now I do. It's, I guess, similar to a capsicum. It's a little gooey, but yeah. And then I tried some cool drinks as well. They were very, very yummy. And then we went into the theater, and these guys were performing called the uh, Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain. Wow. So they spoke English pretty much the whole time with a couple of German phrases. Um, and they were all just about 7 people with ukuleles, and they all played together some popular songs with little variations. I really like this guy with an electric bass ukulele. Bass ukuleles are just really, really fucking cool. I mean, they're small, and so they've got really thick, thick strings, like like really thick. I mean, it's funny, um, but it also sounds nice. It had great tone. I wasn't a big fan of the songs they played though. They were pretty basic. They were like these songs that you hear on the radio every single fucking day. Um, but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it, and I had a really great drink. It was like a cranberry type juice, maybe. No, some sort of berry that I'm used to that I enjoy, but I've forgotten which type. While I drank it, I couldn't go back into the actual theater part, so I kind of just sat outside, and nobody was there. Nobody was there outside. Well, the inside part, but outside the actual theater section. And it was just this beautifully decorated open room, and a man in his tuxedo, an older teenager who was working as one of the, I guess, almost waiters there, was sat down on a seat, talking with someone just out of view. And I just thought he was so beautiful. Not him himself. It's not like I thought he was attractive, but it was so quiet with like muffled music in the background, and he was just sitting down, just having a great conversation with someone after, trying to be some formal looking person the whole day, just sitting down, holding like a bottle of juice and just chatting, and it felt personal. And I'm excited to be able to talk with my friends again when I'm back in New Zealand. I miss physical contact a lot. I miss hugging people. I want to kiss someone, but I don't have a partner yet. Um, yeah, I called my mum this evening. We talked about music. We talked about going to the theatre and how she's currently in Australia for a work trip. Um, yeah, she's really happy at the moment, and I'm glad. Um, my family, I guess, the people in it have very different personalities, and we don't get along very well. But they're still my family, and I really do miss them. Uh, I'm sure I'll get tired of them a couple of days after I'm back, but right now I can't wait to go home. It's just 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. Goodbye, and as always, I love you. I really do.